Well, hello and welcome. It is time once again to try to fix something, and today on the workbench, another PS5. I think this is a 1015, I'm not positive. But it's supposed to be dead. That's my understanding. Let's see if that's true or not. I think I have power connected, because sometimes people lie. Well, no, it's rather dead. Maybe they didn't lie this time. I've gotten so used to them lying to me. Okay, so she's dead. Not just a little bit dead, but a lot dead. Okay, let me get the covers off and let's see what we're working with here. All right, well, I got the side cover off, and yeah, somebody has been in there at least this far. They've taken the security tape off, and it is an 1115, so I was wrong there. It's an 1115, but it's in really good shape. Hope we can get this one going. All right, let me get a little further into it. All right, well, I have the outer plastic cover removed. Power is connected. And we do indeed, if I check right here, have 12 volts. So it's not a dead power supply. It's not going to be that simple. We have a mainboard problem. Yep, still pretty dead. Okay, let me get some outer metal covers off the shielding. Alrighty, well, here we are inside. Ready to take a look at this EDM20 board. Let's see where to start. I could take a look at the current draw. I think I just want to take a quick look around with the multimeter in continuity mode and see if anything jumps out at us. Well, I think that's what I want to do. I'm wondering if we have like 5 volts. Maybe we just have a dead south bridge. That's not totally out of the realm of possibility. Let me check my... Yep. Okay. 5 volts. Dead short on the 5 volts. Well, that was a quick one. Dead short on the 5 volt supply. Now, I've seen... It's not on the input side, but the 12 volts comes in over here. It's not over here. It's on the output side. Never seems to blow the fuse, though. No, it didn't blow the fuse. I've seen it over here around this DC-DC converter. It's going to show up there, and I've also seen it over toward the here, the USB ports. Yeah, they're right there. So, but it's all parallel, so you'll see the short everywhere. And the best way to find it, of course, would be to inject some voltage and see what's getting hot. So how low is that short? Ooh, 0.05. That's so it's not going to take much to heat something up with that low of a resistance. So I'm going to say we have a shorted capacitor, but like I say, it could be here. It could be right in here in this USB area. I mean, the 5 volts goes to a lot of places, obviously. Does it go over here? Yep, goes over there too. Another little DC-DC converter there. So it goes to a lot of places. And there are a lot of capacitors on that rail, and it could be any of them. So let me get set up to inject some voltage. Probably going to do like a volt or two. And let's just see what gets hot. Alright, I'm getting set up to inject voltage, and show you where I'm connecting. I'm connected to this coil right here, which is on the 5 volt DC-DC converter. Takes in 12 volts, outputs 5 volts. So I'm going to get my positive lead connected there. I'm grounded over here on the negative terminal where the 12 volts normally comes in on that negative terminal. I am set for 2 volts, 1 amp. Now I can supply up to 3 with this supply, but I'm trying not to blow fuses. Like by injecting here, if I can get my probe here, by injecting here, I'm still going through fuses, like right there, and there's fuses going in over here, and there's but I think these fuses they're either 2.5 or 5 amps. So at 1 amp, I should not burn a fuse, and I don't want to burn a fuse, and I don't want to open the short up. If you put enough continuous power into something, you could burn it open, and then you won't be able to find it unless it just smokes. So I just want to get it warm. I just want to get it hot. So let me switch to my thermal camera, and let's just see if we can find something getting hot. Okay, I think we're ready. You can see everything's pretty cool. I have not turned on the power. I'm suspecting, you know, here's the USB area. Let's just concentrate on this end. USB, you know, current protection switches, stuff are there, and their associated capacitors. And in this area is going to be the DC-DC converter. There is it's either RT5126 or DA9065. Anyway, whatever chip they're using. That's kind of common areas for me to see that short. So let's just see if I turn this on. Yep, we're drawing 1 amp. Anything? Anything at all? Well, look, let me see. Where's this USB area? I don't see anything there. And this is that DC-DC converter. I'm not seeing anything there. Let me widen my search a little bit here. Okay, still looking, still looking. I have to put some more current into it. The dissipation is, well, it's only 0.093 watts because it's such a low resistance. Yeah, I may have to add some more current. Let's take a glance at the other side, though. Just a bunch of reflections right now. Nothing. That's just a hole in the board there. A lot of reflections. What is this? Another, that's another hole in the board, reflections. Another hole in the board there. Nope, nothing yet. Well, I didn't see enough heat anywhere to do any good. So we're going to try a different method. We're going to try using the millivolt range of our meter while interjecting current or voltage, however you want to look at it. So I'm going to turn this back on. She's going to go into current limiting. There's 1 amp of current flowing. So in theory, wherever the lowest resistance is, I should see the lowest voltage. If you know what I mean? Like if I go right here at this fuse with the where I'm injecting, where 5 volts would be. If I can get in here. If I can get a good ground. There we go. 46 millivolts. I'm having a hard time getting a good ground. And I need a good ground if I'm going to do this. A good common ground. All right, 46 millivolts right here at this fuse. If I go over here where it goes into this DC-DC converter over here to the left, at F7003, 46 millivolts. It goes in twice. It goes in down here also. 46 millivolts. Now if I come over here, let's look in the USB area. I know there's a filter cap right here beside this IC that has 5 volts on it. And I've seen it go bad before. If I check here, 46 millivolts. If I check the other one for the other port, 19 millivolts. So I'm going to say that is closer to ground. It's closer to the short. There is a less resistance there. More resistance here and over here. More resistance, so there's more voltage being developed with that 1 amp of current. But here, only 19 millivolts being developed. Do I have anything any lower than that? 46 millivolts. Because I don't think that's on the it may be 5 volts in, but what else is getting 5 volts directly? I think that's our winner right here, this cap right here on the left. That's the lowest voltage I've seen. 19 millivolts. What else? It's got to be there. I say it's got to be there. I could be wrong. $453. The point of the lowest voltage reading should be where our short is. And the lowest I've seen is right there. Okay. What if we let's turn this off. What if we look at it under the microscope and maybe use a little alcohol? See if we can narrow this down. All right, taking a look under the microscope. I'm not sure that we even need to use alcohol. Take a look at that capacitor. So of course there's one on each one of these switches. One over there, that one. But our lowest resistance, our lowest voltage rating in millivolts, which would be where our lowest resistance is, was right here. And look at that thing. I mean, it's obviously the problem. So, yeah. I'm trying to remember what the value of those things was. If that was a 10 or a 22. And I was going to check the other one over here, but I'm not sure if I can. Too much parallel resistance and stuff. But I'll get one off a donor board or something. But yeah, I don't think we need to inject anymore. I think we found our problem right there. Let's get this off of there. Should have had my hot air station set up, but I wasn't expecting to find it quite that quick. But you take the little wins when you can. Let's see if I can add a little bit of I could just crack that thing off of there, but maybe I shouldn't be quite so violent with it. Okay. Finally. Let me check to make sure our short is gone. I'm in continuity mode. Let's just check to right there. Oh yeah, we went over 1,000 ohms and climbing. I think we got our short. Now I just need a donor. Let me see what I have laying nearby. Let's check this out. I think this is an EDM 20. Identical. How about that? And I have taken the exact same capacitor, or the one next to it. Let me show you if I can get this. move some stuff around. Let's get our board out of the way and get our donor board under the microscope if we could. Right there. See, I've already taken that one. Is that one all right? Yeah, I think it's just got something on it. Let's get it out of there. The same way, I like to add a little bit of leaded solder to it just to help it, help lower the melting point. And try to be a little careful with it. Got it. Okay, set you to the side. There's our donor cap. And wonder if I can just set it right back down with the existing solder. I can tell it wants to take flight. I think the solder has it now, though. Clean up my mess a little. Okay. Make sure our short did not come back. It shouldn't, unless that donor capacitor was bad. Nope, we're good. We're very high resistance in continuity mode. So, all right, we are ready to test this thing back out there in the garage. I think she's good to go. Let's give it a try. Well, here we are back out in the garage, and I think I've got this put together just enough to test. I guess I could hook the fan up, which is kind of dirty, but it is reassuring to see the fan spin in a way, isn't it? But all right, stay right there. Okay, will she turn on? Yes, indeed. Excellent. Yep, I think we're going to get video eventually. Maybe. Still on. I think the monitor locked. There it goes, doing a storage check. Okay. All right, I think we're in good shape. Let me get this put fully back together and we'll test it out. Well, this PS5 is fully reassembled and looking pretty good. It seems to be working well. I'm installing a PS5 game on it right now. She's doing just fine. She's back to full health, I believe. Well, I hope that one was somewhat interesting, educational, entertaining, or any of the above. If it was, please give me a thumbs up, and I will see you in the very next repair. So long for now.